Hey everyone, it's me, Troy. How's it going? How are you doing? Great. Good to hear. Thank you for replying. This is just a quick plug for something else creative that I've done and Lyndon has helped and been a part of too, called Embarrassed and Cold. It's sketch comedy. It's all sketch comedy, and check it out. It's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, and it's on Instagram. And I'll provide some links in the notes of this show, so you can go and check it out. But yeah, it's a labor of love, and I would love for you to check it out and subscribe and share, and come along with me on that journey too. Appreciate all the love you've given this show, Mission Stories, and continue to. And so do that, and without any further ado, enjoy the show.
You don't even...
Well, I probably do, but I feel like the music always is like so, like it's a bomb going off in my ear. It sort of throws me off.
But now we can just talk over it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can sort of hear it in the background, and...
it's comforting, it's soothing. But when you wear the headphones, it signals to me like it's business time.
Should I put them on?
Well, now it's safe to.
Well,
now that the intro music's playing.
Now that my eardrums won't be blown out of the water.
Hi, welcome to Mission Stories.
Hey, oh yeah,
that's your job.
That's right. Yeah, it's been too long. Let me do like an actual start. Okay. Should we play the music one more time?
Don't tell the listeners how many starts we've done so far.
Okay, just 4. Well,
and they're wondering, and they're like, and this is the one they picked?
Yeah, this is the one. This was the best one. This was the best one, guys. So, and cue the music, and we'll put the music in later. 1, 2, 3. Hey everyone, it's me, Troy, and I'm here with Lyndon. And guess what time it is? This is not how we start usually.
What time is it? Podcast time.
Mission Stories time. Remember when we were a podcast where we talked about mission stories?
Hey, like any good person on the hero's journey,
yeah,
this podcast is constantly evolving.
Lyndon, do you know how many listens we were up to now? Grand total listens, all included. 3 years of us doing this.
Well, there's 7 billion people on this earth.
18, 19, and 20. Yeah. You're on the right path.
I'm guessing, rounded to the nearest billion, 7 of them have not listened to this podcast.
Yep.
So give me the answer.
About 9,400.
I was hoping for 10.
You know what I think we should do? Should we I have a couple things to say here. First of all, I want this winter to be fun.
Ooh.
I want to have a fun winter.
Ooh.
I've never had a fun... It's not that I've never had a fun winter. It's just that, winter is always this thing I dread. And I would love for winter... I'd love to come out the other side of winter having been like, man, I'm so glad I did XYZ that contributed to how much fun I had over in the wintertime.
I'm liking this idea of fun winter.
Me too. And then the other, just off the top of my head, I was like, what if we shoot for... We can totally get 10,000 listens by some date. The end of the year. We could do that. End of the year. We could do that for sure.
Yeah.
We just have to be more regular. We got to take our mini wheats every day so we can be more regular with our recording.
Yep. More word of mouth, foot traffic.
Yeah.
What's some more marketing buzzwords?
Spin cycle.
Organic growth.
Feature.
Influence.
Cuties.
No.
No. I like how we said that at the same time.
No, Troy, you've done it.
No. They'll cancel us. No, let's not get into that
apparently
just
they
yet.
won't.
Let's not get into it just yet. I feel like we have more.
We haven't even talked
things
about
to talk about for before
bottled
that.
Water.
That's right. Yeah. So we had mentioned that
Another friend of yours.
Another friend of mine was horrified by
critical
of my penchant for only drinking bottled water,
Like the
out of
cases.
plastic bottles of, this one-time use plastic bottles.
Like that giant floating island of plastic out in the ocean. There's like 2 acres. That's just
That's
Troy
me,
Remington
yeah.
Cooper.
It's my. It's kind of my.
That's your retirement estate.
That's my retirement estate. It's my long-term plan. When COVID third wave hits, I'm gonna get on my plastic raft and go out there.
When the Greenland glaciers have finally melted and
Yeah.
COVID has ravaged everything, you're going to take your plastic bottles and float out to that
Yeah.
island in the ocean.
Boy,
And you're
oh
like,
boy.
hey, these 2 acres
Hey.
here, this is mine.
And I'll be like fighting the seagulls for it and the manatees with their like necks wrapped up in plastic rope that has just fashioned itself somehow. Yeah, I was gonna say these. I recycle,
Good.
by the way.
You got to get those deposits back.
I think they.
Do you recycle or do you go to the bottle depot?
I go to the bottle depot. What's the difference? I go to the depot.
Because you can just toss these in the recycling and not get your deposits back like a psycho.
Like a loser. So no, I go to the depot. I get my deposit back. It's almost. I almost.
It's like you're getting paid.
It's almost like I do this bottled water thing just for the income. Except
Except it's like reverse interest.
yeah,
The government's making money off your
they
deposit.
do not give you as much. Yeah, I always feel like I'm getting gypped when I go there. And the last time that I went, I was just like, I was counting in my head with the guy.
You're like, okay.
I was like 1, and then I did the math on my phone. I was like, okay, no, that actually is probably
Okay, yeah, he's spot on.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I was saying you should become a guy with a water cooler.
yeah.
Like you go to Costco, you pick up a $400 water cooler,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the guy that comes and delivers you reverse osmosis water bottles on a
Yeah.
regular basis. You
Yeah.
plop it in your cooler, and you're like,
And it's a reusing situation
yeah.
instead of a recycling.
Yeah, I mean, I went through a phase when I was your age, when I was young.
You when you were 30.
No, in my early 20s, where I was like, I drink nothing but bottled water.
Yeah.
And it was luxurious. And I earned it.
Yeah. On the mission, I did that. That's kind of where it started, because water in Georgia is notorious for giving you kidney stones or whatever.
Really?
Yeah. So people would always get, be peeing out. Is that what they're called? Kidney stones?
Yeah.
Do I have that right?
Kidney stones are a thing.
So yeah,
I think it's
people-
all the Coke and Dr. Pepper in Georgia that they drink.
all the sweet tea. Yeah, I don't know. I feel I don't. That's just what I was told, and I'm sort.
You're like, the water here is so full of minerals it will shred your kidneys to bits.
And it,
the
it's
2 years that you live here, if you drink this water, say goodbye to your kidneys.
Bye kidneys. Yeah, no, it was. I was very impressionable in that time of my life too. I was sort of in a, I'll kind of believe everything I hear sort of stage, and except for like. Actually, no. I was starting to get hardened into some of my opinions I held at that point. Anyway, yeah. So I just heard that from someone, and then I just strictly drank bottled water. I think it's sort of like a germaphobe thing too.
Right.
Where there's something about bottled water that feels clean and sterile, which I like, and so that's what I was doing.
That's part of your big 5 personality trait.
Yeah, we were talking. That was a funny joke we have to kind of redo right now, which is, and it won't be as funny, but let's just do it anyway. Bottled water is like my personality trait. It's like
It's part of your identity.
How beer is some people say like their personality, like beer is like a personality trait for them. It's like, oh, I drink craft beer.
Nothing but IPAs.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I only drink Founders and Farmers natural spring water out of one-time use disposable plastic water bottles. Thank you very much. Ozonated spring water.
It's got that ozone. Product of Canada.
It's co-op brand.
Source. Middleborough,
Middleborough.
Manitoba. And you know what Manitoba's famous for?
Water.
Really? All its water.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, makes sense then. You know what's... this is like a commercial for them. I wish if they sponsored the show, can you imagine? And
It'd be your dream come true because bottled water is your identity.
And even if they only paid me in water bottles, I would take that.
They're like, every time you plug us, you're going to get a case of 24.
Like people who get signed by G Fuel or whatever. No. I'm F&F, Founders and Farmers Natural Spring Ozonated Water from Middleborough, Manitoba, baby. That's my dream. That's what I want for this podcast to become someday, is that we get a water bottle sponsorship. Something that and then we encourage people to drink as much bottled water from Co-op as they can possibly afford.
Yeah.
It's like you're getting paid.
Where it's like, hey, guys, is there a virtually unlimited supply of potable water coming out your taps? Gross.
Pay extra for it.
Hey, listen here. I once went to school with a civil engineer that worked for the city of Calgary.
Yes.
She said there'd be like dead rats floating in there and they'd just throw in some more bleach.
I know.
Do you think there's any rats in Middleborough, Manitoba?
No. Manitoba. There are no rats there. And they're definitely not dying in the water sources. They're scooping this bottle. Can you just picture a guy like the edge of like a stream in Manitoba, just like just dipping,
hand dipping
water,
plastic water. Every now and then he loses one. It just floats to the ocean. And then he's just like, oh well.
Yeah, he's like, that's Mother Earth's tax. It wanted that bottle. How big is that island in the middle of the ocean again? It's acres wide, right?
I don't know. You couldn't even find it on Google Maps.
It's not even real. QAnon tells me it's fake.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So we got lots of messages from our followers on Instagram that we need to follow up on.
Oh wait. And by tons you mean zero.
Oof.
We were just saying,
mistake.
yeah, people are still listening. It turns out if you don't do anything for 2 months, people will still listen periodically. Every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
2 or 3. It gets down to like a 2 or 3 a day sort of a thing. But, boy, I think we could get that number up. Those are rookie numbers. We need to bump them up.
Oh, yeah.
To 10,000 listens. And then we can release the thing that we've been holding back this whole time.
I think you were trying to cue me in. And I have no idea what. Is this something real or something?
It's called improv, Lyndon.
Okay.
It's
yes,
called...
and
that's how you do improv. You're just like, yes, and you just like immediately
throw it back. Yes. Once we get to 10,000 and
and we're going to release a track of we'll release the full, we're going to read the full fiction, the fan fiction.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, listen,
but they have to pay for it.
If you like our posts and send us a message, I will enter you in for a draw to win Troy's guitar that's sitting in this corner.
The one that I never play, but it's my first guitar. You can't give that guitar away. That's history, Lyndon.
Hey, if someone enters the draw to win it, then we're going to have the draw.
We don't have to give them that guitar. We can just go, let's just say, okay, yeah, you know what? We don't even have to discuss the details of the guitar right now. Just know that
we're having a guitar giveaway.
It's a guitar giveaway. I like it's just like, this is also your improv. You're just like, what do I see around me? We're going to give away a lamp. We're going to give away a TV.
No. See, it has to be something important to you.
What about what sacrifice are you making?
What this is it's like a punishment for making me do improv. It's like, and now,
If you
who wants to live in this apartment? If you open up our Instagram page, you can live here.
yeah,
That's a guarantee.
You can live in the storage
You
room.
can live in the podcast studio.
Yeah, you know what yours is going to be? Your punishment is you can't wear basketball shorts anymore.
No problem. Switch to sweat shorts.
How many b-ball shorts do you own?
A few.
And you're the kind to wear these all winter long.
That's not true.
Maybe not all winter.
I'll wear
A good chunk.
I'll wear my super thin sweatpants over top of my basketball shorts in the winter.
Super thin, nothing to the imagination, sweatpants over top. Okay.
That's the look. That's the fit,
That's the Mission Stories
as the kids
look.
would say.
Yeah.
So how's your pandemic going?
Dude, what pandemic? My life has normalized quite. I was gonna say quickly, but it took like 6 months to get here. But I will say I did get used to living at home and sort of spending 80 to 90% of all my time at home pretty quick. As you know, I'm a homebody. I don't know if the audience knows that, but yeah, it's going good. I buy my bottled water. I stock up on that periodically. Keep the industry alive on my own.
Are you gonna become a prepper?
Kinda, yeah. Well, not really. At the beginning of quarantine, I sort of was, right?
I saw you had a cupboard dedicated to Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, and it's really gross, by the way. I mean, the commitment I made was like after I think it was literally one can of it. I was like, I'll save this for the actual apocalypse when I need it. When like Skip the Dishes stops delivering, then I'll turn to this.
Yeah.
When the nuclear bomb goes off and I actually have to use that N95 mask that I bought. Or no, not, what is it? I bought so much stuff at the beginning of this thing. I bought an axe. I shouldn't even say this.
Like a hatchet?
A hatchet.
Or a full-blown axe?
Yeah, let's call it a hatchet, let's say.
Okay.
A small axe, which is a hatchet. I also bought a crowbar.
What are you going to use a crowbar
I don't know.
Looting?
Yeah, that was kind of the idea. I was just like running through early episodes of The Walking Dead, and I was just thinking, like, what did they have? I know Rick has an axe at later on, but I guess I should buy a machete with a red handle.
Yeah.
Shotguns.
Gerber brand.
In the process of trying to buy guns, but
oh yeah, season 7. Norman Reedus. I don't know why I can't think of the character's name.
Daryl.
Mm-hmm. He's rocking that M4 Benelli.
Oh,
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
I'm gonna go buy a Turkish knockoff of one.
I do not know exactly what you're talking about, but I want you to think that I do.
Okay. Good.
So that was all my preparation, and then I almost immediately, I bought all that crap, and then I immediately started like buying pizzas like every day. Gained like 20 pounds, and that was okay though. We were all allotted 20 to 40 pounds to gain over that period when we were helping save the world.
By staying at home.
Yes, and eating pizzas every day.
What are we doing now by staying at home?
I don't really stay at home as much. I kind of go out as much as I can. Yeah.
I know. You took me out to the movie theater.
Yeah, I took you. I did. Yeah, that's right.
I hadn't been to the movies since December.
Should we review the movie that we saw?
Ugh.
Tenet was the film.
Well, I don't have the cognitive ability to think about that movie. You know what I did watch recently? Interstellar.
Did you?
To remind myself that Christopher Nolan can make
He's a good filmmaker, right? Yeah, I did the exact same thing. I started The Dark Knight because I had this thought. I was like, maybe he was like crap the whole time. I don't know if you could tell, audience, but we did not like the film very much.
No.
It's not good. It was so nonsensical. It was just like a complete failure to tell a coherent story.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like it's the director's
It's kind of
job.
like, hey, if I can't, what's non-linear, non-sequential storytelling?
Yeah.
If that means you're real good, then inverted storytelling means you're a genius.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. It's like, how else can I tackle time? Like, I'll just play the movie in reverse. He literally like that. I feel like that's his concept. So like I watched a YouTube video and it's so funny because I was like, there is a moment where the whole thing goes off the rails. So it's like in the beginning you're like, okay, all right, entropy is moving in reverse on objects. Spoiler alert for this whole movie, by the way. But
does that even spoil anything?
yeah, good luck spoiling this movie. It's funny.
Eventually, it just turns into fancy MacGuffins.
Yeah,
The algorithm.
we split the algorithm. Yeah, by the end of this movie, I likened it to the Superman Man of Steel. The end of Man of Steel and the end of this movie felt very similar to me, where it's just like this hodgepodge mess of explosions and smashings and the sound was ridiculous.
So incredibly loud.
Everything. It sounds so funny in the headphones. Everything was like this the whole time. It was so.
You like couldn't hear dialogue over
No.
like the deafening soundtrack.
It was like
Not like the dialogue mattered. Maybe it did, and we just don't know
Yeah,
because we couldn't hear it.
Maybe the movie is so different with the dialogue being audible. The gosh, that my organs were like being liquefied for the last 40 minutes of that movie.
I know it was like shaking lymphocytes out of my spleen.
It was, gosh, that honestly, it's like if they fixed the sound mix on that movie, it would be probably
take it from
40%
a 4 out of
better.
10 to a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, honestly, like it would. No, I think it would bring it up just like in terms of like base enjoyment of the thing, because it was such a problem for my enjoyment, where it's just like, and then like imagine a din of noise, and then amidst that, it's like, we have to go get the thing with the algorithm's been split into 5 parts, and then we have to, and then like they'll have this like 6-paragraph explanation of they'll break the cardinal rule of like show don't tell. They're like, no, we're gonna tell you a lot and then show you reverse things. And that's kind of it.
Yeah.
People are, I don't know, if you like this movie, you're probably rolling around on the floor having a fit. But
And they're and they're probably just like,
I
if
have
I could
no
just
chance.
draw them a picture to explain how it works.
honestly, if someone can give me a great explanation, I welcome it. Please.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
The temporal pincher movement. I know people were
Yeah.
like, no. That final scene is the beginning of the movie.
Is
Don't
it?
you get it?
I guess. I don't.
Except that they're like, because they're like, time is looped. Except that at some point the protagonist has to become the protagonist.
I don't even.
But it's an
know,
infinite loop, and I'm like, oh my god.
They didn't-
And some of the loop is inverted.
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't like make that clear enough. Like whatever idea that they were. Listen, I get it. Temporal pincer. Is it? I think it's pincer. By the way,
What did I say? Pincher?
pincher.
Pew 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 pew.
Like
Little
the
pinch.
kids in the hall pinching your head, sort of thing.
Pincer.
Pincer. The pincer maneuver.
Call it a pincher maneuver because it was dumb.
David Pincer. Dumb dumb free word association. Yeah, it just was like so. My huge argument is like I get that where it's like Nolan is like this guy who challenges his audiences and makes you think, blah blah blah. And I know some people were very confused with the Inception and Interstellar and Prestige, and people were like, Memento is so like, whoa.
You know, I've never seen that one.
Memento is very good. It's very watchable, and I think it portrays this kind of unconventional cinematic concept in a very clear way. easy to understand. Same with Inception. Interstellar, we could talk about that another time. It's its own thing, but
one thing I did,
I don't know.
Nolan does that thing where in Interstellar, they keep talking about like them.
Yeah.
They're like the fifth dimensional beings.
Yeah.
And you're kind of just like, okay. Like you never see them.
Yeah.
They never directly communicate with them, but there's just like, oh, there's the them that are kind of like making it possible.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing in Tenet where it's like the them are like, they're like, oh, this technology was just given to us by future beings.
Yeah.
And the future beings gave it to us so we could destroy the world because they think it will save their future if they destroy the past. And so it's like in Interstellar, you're kind of like, ooh, like some people are like, I think the fifth dimensional being is God.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's just like future people with magic technology are dumb and trying to destroy the past to save the future.
Their motives are so bad. I think Interstellar makes there's one big leap you have to take with Interstellar, which is so like with Interstellar, it's like the world is ending. A version of humanity survives sort of the bottleneck moment where they have to like fix the problems that, the existential problems that they're facing. They make it to a technological point where they can manufacture wormholes or whatever and travel through time and space quickly, sort of a thing. The question is, like, how did they make it through? Because, like, the only way that in the movie that we're watching, humanity survives because of some version of humanity that already had survived and made it to the future. It's like it's the grandfather killing your grandfather paradox, which they mention in this movie again.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess in both movies you kind of have to just like jump over that.
Except one, it's like the grandfather saving paradox.
Yeah. Maybe that's why. Maybe Nolan ignored his own. Remember, like in Inception, he's like, a positive resolution is more satisfying and more impactful when he's talking about like the dream, the thing, the idea that they're going to implant in his head. They're like, it's got to be like a positive sort of a resolution with his father. Whereas in Tenet, it's just like, nah, the future sucks and they're trying to kill us. It's like this negative resolution. You know?
So it's like, so we're going to save the past to screw the future.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
dumb. It was dumb.
Poorly thought out. I don't know. It's just, what are the pros of it though? I think he had some real big set pieces.
I liked
cool.
the actors.
Yeah.
That guy from Harry Potter.
Mr. Handsome himself.
Yeah, you were too distracted by the loud music, and you're like, "Gosh, Robert Pattinson's so handsome."
And Robert Pattinson's his face so beautiful, and his hair. He's got like the best hair too. It's just like swoops in just like the perfect sort of Ken doll shape. I don't know. And then like afterwards, I was like, I just thought it was like this foregone conclusion that everyone who saw the movie was like, Robert Pattinson, super hot, right? So I was like...
You're like, were you as distracted by me, by Robert Pattinson's good looks? And I was like, I was not.
You're like, what are you talking about?
I was like, I was not distracted by that.
I felt like I was in high school all over again. I'm like, I'm not gay. But I was like, oh, wait, it's 2020. That doesn't matter. Okay. It's like, maybe I am gay. I don't know. Hard to say.
Right.
Call him A, call him B. Who knows?
I liked the actor that plays the protagonist. It's like he's new. I've never seen him before.
John David Washington? David John.
Is he in other stuff?
He's in Black Klansman. A much better film, by the way. Yeah, he's really good. I like that he's an American actor too. He's not like British. Do you know what I mean? I hate when
you're like, he's not like Chadwick.
But like, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Wait, is he? Chadwick is not British.
I'm pretty sure he's British.
No, in interviews he's got like a American accent. I swear, Jamie, look it up. There is no Jamie.
He's from Wakanda.
He's from a fictional place that keeps its riches hidden from the rest of Africa.
Okay.
Let's look it up. Where's Chadwick Boseman from? How sad were you when he died?
Not so sad. More intrigued. You know, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, he had cancer that whole time and he just powered through. It was like, nice. Also sad that he, you know, is dead in his 40s.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of I had just finished filming a sketch, and I was like coming home, and Theo had messaged me about it, and I was like, I don't know, I felt this like kinship with him. I was like, I just made a movie too.
You're like, this one's for you,
Chadwick
Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman.
My brother in films.
Guess where he's from?
Wisconsin.
Anderson, South Carolina. South Carolina or North? Which one? South. United States, baby. He's American. But
I just assumed he was British because his name's Chadwick.
I just don't like when British people, they get British people to play Americans. It's like, ugh.
Like what?
Like, hold on. Let me think.
Andrew Lincoln.
I mean, I love him, though.
So you love it, actually.
Well, it's not that it's just like, I like when here's a good example. When they got, and I actually like Henry Cavill, but they got Henry Cavill to play this special ops guy in a Netflix army movie. I forget what it's called. It's got,
oh, that sounds great. I want to watch it.
It's not very good. Anyway, he's got this really bad American accent. And he slips into British sometimes, to the point where it's like, dude, you have one job. You got one job. You only have so many lines. Do you know what I mean? It's like, learn how to say the words, these specific words.
Oh yeah,
in an American way.
Who was it?
I like
one of the Chris's.
I'm a fan.
The Australian Chris
Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth in that movie where he plays an American soldier. Ugh.
Oh yeah, what was that? 12 Strong.
12 Strong.
That was all right. That was okay.
His accent was like, I was like, what are you doing?
Hey there, I'm from America. Yeah, I don't know. They always really emphasize the R's. What were we talking about before that?
We were talking about Tenet.
John David Washington. He's American. I like that he's American. And they had him play an American. And they had Robert Pattinson play a British guy. Right? He was British in that movie, right?
Mm.
Pretty sure.
Let's see. They first meet up in India. I don't know. Why are you so hung up on people's identities, Troy?
I'm not. I'm just really interested in where people are from. I'm a xenophile, okay?
You're like, I only drink bottled water.
I have to know where the water's from. I have a strong
disgust response to germs and things that are outside my circle.
Please don't dive into that too far. No,
but yeah,
I'm a xenophile.
So that movie was
xenophilic.
Not good. Rest in peace to Black Panther.
Yeah, I gotta bring up while we're talking Robert Pattinson. Future Batman has COVID. Not what I want to bring up. I want to bring up. Yeah, he's got COVID. They had to shut down the Batman production for the time being because he got COVID.
Who's making this Batman movie?
The same guy who did the what do you call them? The Planet of the Apes movies, the new ones. I forget his name. It's like they're good though. They're like decent films. I'm hopeful, and the trailer looks really good.
Someone was saying, well, obviously it's Robert Pattinson. They're going for a real young Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, how young can they go? Like he's only on the board of Wayne Enterprises. He's playing a 20-year-old.
They should get a 15-year-old. I want to see the teenage adventures of Bruce Wayne.
Well, Batman Begins, he doesn't become Batman until he's middle-aged.
I think he's like 30-ish when he becomes Batman. I think that's about right.
I mean, how many Batman movies can you make?
Well, I guess that's the question they're trying to answer. They're like, let's jam as many as we can in before the end of the world.
They're like, you know who's not handsome enough? Ben Affleck. He's out.
Yeah, get him out of here. I will say that Robert Pattinson, he's got the Batman jaw. Like any drawing of Batman, they're just like, get their protractors out, 90-degree angles. That's the jaw. So he fits that type pretty good. I was going to say, though, there's a movie on Netflix that came out yesterday called The Devil All the Time.
Oh.
Have you heard of this film?
That does sound familiar, that title. Who's in it?
Robert Pattinson.
That's why it sounds familiar.
Tom Holland is in it.
Oh, yeah. I saw a little promo for it.
You know who else is in it? I don't even know if I want to say
Isn't it like a real slow burn or something?
Oh, my gosh. I don't even know if you could call it a slow burn, to be honest.
An intense burn?
Because it's a slow burn that like slaps you in the face every 15 minutes, every 10 to 15 minutes. There's something that happens that's like, holy crap. There's so many. It's such a WTF movie that like first 5 minutes is like, whoa. And then like, I don't know, 10 minutes later, it's like, whoa. Like, I swear, every 10 minutes, they're like, whoa, something is crazy is happening. It's a wild movie. It's very intense and graphic and bloody. I will say that.
Oh.
That's the woes that are happening. That's a lot of it. But it's good. But it's also like, it's like a Southern religious zealot examination sort of a thing.
Right up your alley.
Yeah.
Those are your people.
It is. It's a scary. It's a scary. It's everything about religion that is absolutely terrifying, and that is just scary. But anyway, Robert.
Well,
I maybe I won't
you're
say
sitting
too
here
much
plugging
more.
Netflix, Troy.
Yes.
And that'll get you in hot water these days.
Because
Because we can't sit here talking about Netflix films without talking about one Netflix film.
What's it called? Yes, and
Cuties.
Improv.
Have you canceled your Netflix subscription yet?
I've been watching Cuties every day for the last. I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, that was my first thought. I was like, you're going to make the joke that we're like, oh, yeah, we love it. No wonder it's in Netflix's top 5. And it's like, no, that's not we can't.
Drinking bottled water, watching Cuties all day. No, I have not. I've heard of Cuties, and I not that I would have watched it anyway, but I was like,
well, I feel like I was giving you all the information anyway. Like you didn't even know about that shadow executive producer, Tom Hanks.
Trigger. And that's not true though.
That Tom Hanks shadow produced this movie?
Well, from Greece, yeah. He was just like, how could we make pedophilia more mainstream?
That's exactly what it is, though.
Cuties is truly a film that almost endeavors to make pedophilia like mainstream. It's this weird normalization. That's the huge controversy with this film. For those who don't know, give us like a rundown. What is this film?
It's like 11-year-old girls join like a twerk team so that they can twerk for grown men. I don't know. All I know is at one point, one of them is like topless.
Yeah.
And Netflix is like, you don't get it. It's a critique of sexualizing children. So it's like shooting dogs to critique shooting dogs.
I know, that was the joke I was going to make. I was going to say like Quentin Tarantino, comments on hyper violence. It's like if he actually killed literally everyone that dies in all of his movies. It's like Ong Bak, Did you ever see that, Ong Bak?
No.
It's like this kung fu movie where it's just like, it's like the kind of movie, it's a great kung fu movie.
Is that the one where he like breaks everyone's legs and knees?
Yeah.
Okay, if that's what I'm thinking, then I have seen that.
It's great because it's like a movie that the production company had zero regard for human life, and they were just like, throw people into the wood chipper that is Tony Jaa's elbows and knees, and just let him. I swear, there's a part where he literally just like kicks this guy right in the head, and you see his whole head sort of like shift on his spinal column. Like it's the most.
Yeah, I think I remember I watched that at someone's house.
Yeah,
because it was like That was like the whole like thing where it's like, this movie is so violent. And it's just like he just will like snap people's arms and legs.
Yeah, a lot of snaps.
Like he's like, a lot of it's like, oh, he kicked him in the head and killed him, but a lot of it's just maiming people.
And it's just
nonstop violence, if I remember. So yeah, I think I have seen it.
Yeah. So I don't know if they actually hurt any. I'm sure that people got hurt on making that movie. The point is, this film, they're like, we're critiquing the hypersexualization of young girls by hypersexualizing young girls.
Yeah.
And
they're like, and if you don't get it, you're a pervert.
And it's
you're like, no. They're like, if you don't watch it, it's because you're a perv. It's because you're afraid of children's sexuality.
Oh my gosh.
That was one reviewer said that.
Ugh. I listened to, there was a podcast that Sam Harris did about child pornography, actually. I don't want to honestly spend too much time on this, but anyway, what he was saying is that like even journalists looking into this sort of stuff, it's the kind of, like child pornography is the kind of thing where like if you even look at it in like a journalistic way, you have to report it. Like you can't have having the image itself is the crime.
Yeah.
Right. And looking at it is the crime. And they can trace all of that. But yeah, so now it's on Netflix. So I guess I don't know.
No, it's just Tom Hanks and his friggin' Illuminati Mason pedophilia ring.
Yeah.
They're just putting their feelers out there. They're like, let's put this out here. Let's start trying to normalize it so that we can finally just live out in the open.
It is. I'll say two things about what you just said.
100% true.
On the one hand,
and thank you.
the last time we spoke, the last podcast is literally called Deep State Conspiracies or something. I was pretty hot on the conspiracy theories and the Tom Hanks stuff last time, and it's not that I believe it any less or whatever, but I kind of just cooled off on it or whatever. I watched this YouTube video that sort of talks about
how Tom Hanks is probably not the head of a pedophilia ring.
Well, it's this very like sort of, it seems like a calm, level-headed look at conspiracy theory, specifically flat Earth and QAnon.
I'm unfamiliar with that. I hear about it all the time.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, we're all kind of familiar with flat Earth. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. And you'd have to kind of be I don't want to say an idiot, but it's like, how can you believe in it, sort of a thing. To me anyway. I don't want to offend anybody, but
well,
I feel like
for a lot of
most
people,
of our listeners are flat earthers, probably. So we can't offend the base, you know.
If you are a flat earther,
you're welcome here.
Yeah, keep on listening.
Hey,
also,
we're good friends with Q, and he's got a new drop coming soon. I got to tell you all about this QAnon stuff.
I keep hearing it pop up, but I can't be bothered to look into it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you probably believe in Q or whatever. And I was like, well, I don't even know what it is, so I don't even know if I can believe in it or not.
The Cliff Notes version is this. There's a person named Q, and he's within the government, or he knows things, and he'll put out these like, or he or she or whoever will put out these cryptic sort of messages called drops on like 4chan and 8chan or whatever.
Well, it's on 4chan, so
yeah. So how how credible is it really?
Not.
It isn't. So yeah. So they'll release these things, and it'll be like this big list of questions like, who won the war, World War II? What happened in World War II? Who fought in World War II? Who was Hitler? Why did he do what he did? Was he a puppet? That kind of thing. It's just like this long string of like sort of non sequitur questions that sound meaningful. And it's like, what does it mean? And it's like whatever you want or need it to mean to fit whatever your specific little narrative conspiracy is. So, and that's kind of what, and it's a lot of like this Q guy or girl will make predictions about there's going to be mass arrests on this specific date, and it'll be like Hillary Clinton and the head of the FBI, or all these people are going to be arrested in one fell swoop. Trump is making it happen, and so yeah, it's sort of like this vague platform for, it's sort of this umbrella thing that kind of every conspiracy theory can sort of fit inside of this QAnon thing in one way or another. A big part of it, it's kind of like the ramp way into Q is like people's repulsion to child pornography, pedophilia. Obviously everyone is against, well, not everyone, but
there are some people who are for it.
Most people are against the trafficking of children and child pornography and stuff, and so it's something that people can get on board with, and they sort of ramp regular folks into, oh, and you know what else? Here's a bunch of other stuff that may or may not be true, called the QAnon doctrine or whatever. So that's QAnon. So I'm watching this video, and I'm just like, I feel a little foolish how hot I was on the Tom Hanks stuff like 2 months ago.
I have no regrets.
I don't regret it. I'm like, oh, was I like sort of caught up? It's just like, it's the thing about conspiracy theories is it's like you can get whipped up. It sort of feeds on like emotional. It's very like emotional because it's,
well, that's the fun of it.
That's the fun, and it's like there's something comforting about conspiracy theories, if it's like it makes life and reality into like a movie almost. It's like there's an overarching villain. There is a villain behind all the bad things in the world. There's a singular source of evil in the world.
Tom Hanks.
Called Tom Hanks. And we're back on the wagon, baby.
And I was like, I knew all along he was a villain.
We're storming Area 51. We're going to arrest, we're going to go to and then the whole Pizzagate thing. And a guy actually went to the pizza place where they purportedly were like holding children and in the basement. Turns out there was no basement in this particular location. So it's like,
that's what they tell you.
That's what they say. That's what Q has something else to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. All that's to say, I don't know. I'm still a conspiracy theorist. I just the problem is like some things make a lot of sense and some things make less sense, and so you have like truth mixed in with a lot of garbage.
Yeah. And
it's like you really have to have a discerning eye to parse out what is true and what is not.
Here's the thing that I remember. I can't remember the year exactly. 2008. It's when like the legalizing gay marriage.
Yeah.
Whenever that was like a big thing in the 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
As I remember, like the one argument was where people are like, okay, we don't hate gay people, but if we normalize this, it's a slippery slope, and next thing you know, pedophilia is going to be normalized. And I remember people being like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now it's like 2020, and it's just like...
And Netflix is like, here's a pedophile movie.
Netflix is like, hey, look at these children.
Yeah.
They're naked for you.
Hey, all you need to do is, $15 a month, and and they're like, there's more where this came from.
Yeah, with the Netflix algorithm.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this was top 5. They're like, let's keep pumping this stuff out.
Yeah, just the soulless supercomputer that, like, creates Netflix movies. Like, actors just receive like scripts in the mail from some anonymous warehouse where like
just an AI
an AI is writing these soulless movies built off of like like murder. It's always like murder, and
it's gonna be like 11-year-old sexualized girls solve true crime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now just made me sad.
It is.
But I know, yeah. So it was like 10 years later, and those people that we thought were crazy making that argument are 100% right.
Well,
But I feel like people are drawing the line.
And I don't want to latch like gay marriage as like this horrific.
That was just for a time reference. That was a time reference.
Right. I see what you're saying though, but also it's we do see. It's funny because they've politicized this again, right? Like on top of everything else that is politicized, this Cuties thing is politicized. Where the left is like, hey. And if you're on the left and you're tapped in, correct us.
If you're on the left, you're probably not listening to this. I don't know.
I really don't know.
Actually, what is our political following?
Yeah, we should. Hey, should we do like a? Here's the thing: the people that listen to the show and the people who have us on Instagram, I think I don't know if they overlap a lot. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
So I don't even know if they would answer a quiz, and who cares either way. But maybe send us an email if you're on the left or the right. Flood our inbox, the Mission Stories podcast at gmail.com. Are you on the left or the right? Is Trump the savior of QAnon, or is he Satan incarnate? Let us know. Let us know in the comments below. Where were we going with that though? Conspiracies, cuties, the normalization
normalizing pedophilia. But
Here,
people are taking a stand.
I think they should, man. I think it's listen, I think
I think they should.
Here's the thing I think with conspiracy theories, this is my rule of thumb. Take it for what it's worth. I think I sort of base all of my conspiracy theory stuff off of what can the naked eye see? What are the actual facts of a situation? I don't like to dive too much into like the extrapolation of, this plus this equals. I mean, it's easy. Sometimes there's straight lines to be drawn from, like just logical conclusions with a set of facts sort of a thing, where there's smoke, there's fire, that kind of idea. But when you get a little too science fiction-y or, horror film or like thriller, like there's lizards in the planet who control everything. The earth is literally a flat disc.
No. Time is a flat disc.
Right. Sorry. I was, quoting a different passage of Nietzsche there. Yeah. So like for me, it's like the 9/11 stuff, like Building 7 literally just looks like a controlled demolition. It just looks like it to the naked eye. Tell me that it's not. I don't know. Show me that's the sort of thing where I can be like, listen, and literally where are the plane? Like for the plane that crashed into the Pentagon literally just like disappeared. Like where was it though? So that's the kind of stuff where
you won't rest until a piece of that plane is sitting on your mantle.
Listen, planes have crashed before, and there's usually a bunch of plane wreckage, an actual plane, a fuselage, Anyway, I don't want to get riled up.
Here's my prediction.
Okay.
And my hope.
By the end of this episode, I'm riled up.
In regards to the Netflix thing. In a few years, we'll laugh about it. We'll be like, remember that crazy movie that was a shot in the arm for all of us so that we could start treating our children like children?
Right.
And we all shook our heads and took out Tom Hanks and his ring of pedophiles. That's my prediction.
That's your prediction.
Or my hope.
Yeah, the thing with Tom Hanks is like the thing that kind of like solidified it for me was just like the sheer number of comments on his Instagram, and maybe that's just
the mob.
Honestly, no,
joined the mob.
Yeah, the thing honestly that kind of clinched it with Tom Hanks for me is the SRC USA literally written on his Instagram account. This like this coded child pedophile, child pornography search term is on his It's on his Instagram account. And the picture's still up. It's like, dude, delete the photo. Delete the photo.
That would prove that he was guilty if he deleted it.
But like, it's still there. It's so crazy to me that it's there. But yeah, and then he I mean, there's a lot to it. We already went over it, but to me, it's like with my naked eye, I can see it. It's right there.
Let's see.
Kind of a thing.
Well,
and then the guy goes to Greece.
Okay, maybe we can't be a conspiracy podcast.
I mean, it's getting a lot of listens, that particular episode. Maybe we should be a conspiracy
I know.
podcast.
If we wanted to drop our listens, let's see. We can become a fitness podcast.
Yeah.
How's your gym routine going?
Oh, this is like a hard left turn out of all of. Okay, well, let me just.
Here's a conspiracy.
Okay.
How are your gains?
The conspiracy is confirmed that my gains are. I'm gaining some weight. I don't know if it's I think it probably is some muscle. I definitely gained some leg muscle. I bought this. I got tricked into buying this thing that actually kind of works pretty well, called V-Shred. Maybe you've seen it. There's ads. This guy Vince on social media.
I have not seen this.
Speaking of Netflix movies, The Social Dilemma is another one I just watched, where it talks all about how we all see completely different things on our social medias, ads,
yeah,
and
you
stuff.
get like targeted ads for conspiracy.
It's all my ads are like Gaia, the conspiracy theory channel, and V-Shred. So anyway, I bought it, and it's basically just like a workout plan. It also comes with a meal plan, but I obviously did not do the meal plan because I can't be bothered with that. And but I did the exercise pretty. I adhered to it pretty closely for about 2 months. And by the end of it, I think my leg strength has definitely improved. And I don't know if I've lost. The promise was you're supposed to get 6-pack abs. I don't have those necessarily. But
I think you get those from the meal plan.
I feel stronger, though, to be honest. Like, I feel good. It's a lot of calisthenic stuff, push-ups, pull-ups.
Okay.
Bodyweight squats, that kind of thing. What about you? Are you going to the gym or what are you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm going to the gym. Got my pandemic gym membership.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I do like a strength program. I don't do the bodybuilding stuff. I'm on that like 5x5 compound movement stuff. And yeah, I've been getting stronger. My lifts have been going up.
Yeah.
But then the other day, now. Here's the thing.
Okay.
I was wearing a poorly fitted Walmart workout shirt. And I'm just looking in the mirror at the gym. And I'm like, who cares that I'm getting stronger? Look at this terrible physique. There's like all these bros just doing bicep curls, training, just to look good.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like some power lifter just trying to increase my squat and deadlift. And I'm like,
well, what do you want? What's your goal? What's your end goal?
Here's the thing. I thought my end goal was to just be strong until I was disappointed with how my body looks.
Right.
And then I'm like, I'm just going to wear a different shirt to the gym and just keep doing my 5x5.
Do what I keep doing.
And I was like, maybe I should switch it up and like try and do bodybuilding.
Should we get you shredded?
Yeah, I get skeletal.
What is that?
Instead of my like little instead of having a powerlifting belly.
Yeah, dude. I feel like we should work as a team to get you and I both shredded. We need to move into like a house together. We need to build a house together.
Okay.
Move into it. And then we like game all day. And then we also lift. And that's kind of like what we do. And
okay.
Jasmine,
remember when we almost did that? Remember when we almost moved into those like dual executive homes?
Yeah, I don't know how close that was to actually happening, but
I feel like
you kind of ruined that plan by up and getting yourself married. But and I'm still only slightly bitter about that. With like the 2 different master bedrooms, we're just like, let's do the double income. No kids' life. but with like two men
Two men.
who are just friends.
They literally build condos now.
Yeah.
That's like garage into a kitchen with 2 master bedrooms.
Yeah.
They're just like, it's just for 2 guys, 2 working guys,
2 bros
living together.
The
They don't have wives.
The marketing's for like gay people in the 50s. They're just like, you're just 2 best friends wanting to live together. 2 confirmed bachelors. Nothing to see here. Yeah.
But no, it didn't work out.
Too bad.
Well,
man.
we're supposed to become professionals. It's like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like 2 working professionals living under the same roof.
Right.
But I'm still in the process of becoming a working professional.
You just have to be gainfully employed. That's kind of the only. Once
Yeah.
and you're almost there.
Almost.
How close are you to being done?
Well, I've been doing my practicum. I'm like a week away from being done my first rotation.
Cool. You have like a thing in the morning, don't you?
I do.
Is this irresponsible of us to be podcasting right now?
A little bit. I have a competency, special stains competency in histology.
Okay.
But I'm pretty much an expert. Let me break it down for you.
Okay.
I have 3 hours, first thing in the morning. I have to do a Veerhoff Van Giesen stain. I have to do a...
Is that the
Grok.
Street Fighter character, Zangief?
It is actually, and they named a anatomical pathology staining method after him.
Cool.
Yeah. Stains elastin fibers.
Cool.
Yeah. I got to do a trichrome, a Grok.
Is that adrenochrome? Sorry, we're getting away from conspiracies. Let's get back to your thing.
Okay. Yeah, we hard left turned on that.
I'm trying a hard right turn back.
You're like, back to it.
Back to
A
adrenochrome.
trichrome, a Grok. That's a silver staining method. Which,
Grok?
as everyone knows, silver's not a true stain. It's a staining method.
What idiot would think it is?
The silver just sits on top of the tissue. It doesn't
Idiot.
actually change the color of the tissue.
What are you, dumb? You actually think silver's an actual staining method?
And a Pearl's Prussian blue. So I got those 4 stains I gotta whip out.
Sounds like
I got 3 hours to do it.
that sounds like a stain remover, that last one.
Pearl's Prussian blue.
Yeah.
You know, it is a very weak stain.
Yeah.
It's very light blue. And the only thing that'll show up dark blue, and this is me reviewing, is hemosiderin deposits. Which in a healthy liver
Are plentiful.
Not plentiful.
Okay.
You won't really see too much of them. In someone with disease, you'll see a big old fat chunk of it.
Oh, crap.
So yeah.
What other review do you need to do for our... We'll cut
Well,
all
here's
this
the
out.
here's the thing. It's terrifying
What is?
because it's like you have to do these competencies. Like I told you, I got to do these stains to prove that I know how to do them.
Okay.
But if you like make a critical error, you get one more shot or you're done. It's like your career's over.
For real.
Yeah, and one guy in my group, he was doing his competency for another thing,
Yeah.
and he made a critical error. And he was just sitting there thinking, he's like, well, if this doesn't work out, I could probably go back and do my master's. And we're all like, no, it'll work out.
More school.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
So I got no critical errors.
Okay.
Well, and it's I made a critical error just the other day. I messed up a patient's name.
Ooh. What'd you call him?
No.
Slippy?
Their specimen label had 1 S in their last name, and their requisition had 2 S's in there. You got to catch that
Dude,
stuff.
that's a critical error.
That is a critical error.
Names are very important.
Yeah, especially in healthcare.
Yeah.
But luckily, it was all just practice. It's not real.
So you know what you're doing, though.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm an
confident
Oh, yeah.
for tomorrow?
So,
Tomorrow
yeah.
morning?
Yeah.
Gosh. Man, I'm glad I'm done with school. So glad.
Yeah.
Just the school of life now. Just learning how to live life now. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Learning how to be in relationships. Hey, how do you be in a relationship? I realize that's like a thing I've just never figured out.
You're asking me?
Yeah, you've been in a relationship for the last,
Several years.
Several years now. What's the secret?
I was actually worried about that. I can't remember why. I think I saw like some clip or something on Instagram where like some like person goes up to their dad and they're like, "Dad, what advice would you give to you in the 20s, if you were in your 20s, dating advice?" And then I like scrolled away on whatever. But I was like, what if someone asked me for relationship advice?
Yeah, I just did.
And you just did.
Yeah.
I was like, what would I say?
What would you say?
I was like, here's the key. Find someone nice that you like to be around.
Nice, like to be, okay.
And then just be around them.
Okay.
Because I don't know. There's a lot of people complaining about the pandemic where I'm like, listen, I just like hang out with my wife.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
And you like it.
And it's like, it's like nice, manageable.
Mm-hmm. Stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want someone that's up and down and all around.
Yeah.
It's like you're walking on eggshells. It's like, how are they going to feel?
I don't want to walk on eggshells.
Eggshells aren't nice to walk on.
But also, maybe I like eggshells. That's what I've wondered about myself is...
do you like the eggshells?
Maybe I do.
Do you sprinkle them around your relationship?
I kind of wonder if it gets sort of to the phase, sort of a steady state part of a relationship where things are just sort of, you're at cruising altitude, you're just kind of moving along. You've sort of hit some, I don't know, you've hit some landmarks or whatever, and you're at the point where it's like, now we're in it and cruising speed, let's go. And I wonder if I get to that point, I'm just like, oh no, there's something wrong. It's I see.
No, you don't think that. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I crave, novelty and newness and, and sort of like, I guess like drama almost. I've been thinking about this. Like I turned 31 on this coming Tuesday is my birthday.
Oh,
and I've just been like,
well, happy birthday, because we won't do this again for another 2 months.
Yeah, I'll see you next year. No, Lyndon, we have to do this more regular so we can get to 10,000.
Right.
By whenever.
And we can find you a wife from our listeners.
Yeah. Because, they anyone who wants to kind of know who I am, I don't know if this is a pretty good. You listen to enough hours of a person talking, and you're gonna get a vibe.
Yeah.
But I have been thinking, like, I've put a lot of effort into like getting good at various things in my life. The guitar, making little movies.
You haven't even plugged your sketch channel this whole time.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
Plug it when you finally release the skit that I'm in.
Okay.
Jasmine asks me every day, where is it?
It's going to be a little while. I did all these ones in the beginning that were like just me as like a buffer. And now I have like too many almost. Not too many, but it's like.
You got to release them interspersed.
Yeah. There's a temptation to release the good ones like as soon as you do them. Because it's like, I really want people to see these right now. And I'm excited about it right now. But also it meant that I kept pushing off sort of the.
You can't just feed them candy. You got to feed them spinach.
Yeah.
Because the spinach is good for them.
It's not good for them necessarily, but it's good for me because it buys me time. It buys me like a week. So I have like today or this past week, I released one that was sort of, it's just me on a green screen. It's a minute long. But that's a week of time I have to do some other stuff.
Let's not get distracted from you getting good at relationships.
Right. That was the point. I just think I've never gotten good at relationships, and I've never treated it really like a thing to get good at. Do you know what I mean? Like in quarantine, one of the things I got decent at was first person shooters on console, PlayStation 4. We've talked about it before, I think. Call of Duty. I went from a very low skill level to like a semi-competent skill level, I would say.
You've won some games.
I've won some games, yeah. And but it took a lot of effort. It took a lot of hard work and determination and effort. And I just don't think I see relationships as I'm very selfish. And I think in the past I've seen relationships as like, this doesn't serve me all the time. And
what's the point of that?
Yeah. This is hard. I like easy things. And but as we all know, nothing worth having ever came easy. So
and what did Jesus say about serving?
When you serve good.
Also the greatest among you.
Let he who is greatest among you be your servant.
So if you want to be great, you got to serve others.
You got to serve, and you got to pull that microphone a little.
Oh yeah, I'm drifting down this couch.
Point it a little closer to your face.
We've been here a little while now, and I'm drooping down the couch.
2 hours really did fly by, I will say.
I told you it'd be too easy for us. Well, we spent like the first 45 minutes talking about nothing.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's all kind of nothing.
But now we're always right into the how are we going to get Troy in a relationship?
Well, I think it's
well, if Robert Pattinson walked through this door,
I'd be sold in a heartbeat.
But that's not going to happen.
If Robert Pattinson, if he
kicked down your door,
Troy, let's get married. I don't know. I would be like, I don't think so.
I'd be like, this is very interesting, but I don't think I don't think I could do it.
It's like kind of a funny, interesting scenario, and I can't believe it's actually happening. But the reality of it is, I do kind of like just my life right now. I don't really want to be your gay husband, or just your husband. It's 2020. But yeah.
Okay, so
what were we saying? So I need to look.
You need to get good.
I need to get good at it. I need to actually practice. I need to.
Why get good at Warzone when you could get good at Love Zone?
Well, Warzone is sort of this immediate gratification sort of a thing. Actually, it's totally not. There's some immediate gratification, but like Warzone is like this in the beginning. And even like I was just playing it.
It's a slog.
2 nights ago. Because I had maybe the finest game of Warzone I ever played maybe last Friday.
Didn't you upload that video?
I uploaded it, yeah. It's on my personal YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's like it's one of 2 wins I've been a part of that I was kind of actively contributing to and where I was still alive at the end. And I was sort of like part of the reason why we won.
Yeah.
That's happened 2 times. And I've won many games watching a friend of mine who's quite good.
Just clutch the win.
Just clutch, yeah. Clutch like 12 wins at the end. At the end circle. But yeah, I got to do it. I think that's a good way to start looking at relationships as like a thing to get good at, a thing to sort of buckle down. Maybe I should do some reading.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
I don't know.
Read.
What are you going to read?
I don't know. Books.
Just do.
Articles. I know, but like it's,
read Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life.
Rule number 1. I like how my impression in the beginning was okay of him, and it has devolved into I do not know what.
Just a Kermit the Frog. What do they call it? The dark intellect? I don't know.
Intellectual dark web.
Intellectual dark web.
Yeah.
The intellectual dark web Kermit.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's my take on my love life currently. That's maybe my goal for the coming years, just to get better at relationships. I guess you got to be in one to get better at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get good at Warzone without being in a Warzone game.
You got to play Warzone to get good at Warzone.
Can't be good at Love Zone if you're not in a Love Zone game.
I got to treat love like Warzone. something you drop into, sort of something you repeat over and over again. I don't know. Just jokes. I don't know. Mom, if you're listening to this, disregard.
What were we were having a good time in the beginning. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, your water bottle island you're gonna live on.
Water Bottle Island. What will we call it? We'll call it Plasticine Dream.
Plasticine Dream.
I don't know. Have we kind of run out of things to meaningful subjects to talk about?
Yeah.
I mean 2 hours is pretty
we did
good.
it.
It was pretty effortless, and then we run out of steam. We're like, geez, oh gosh.
And then I
2 hours.
start falling down this couch.
Yeah.
And I'm talking underneath the mic.
The farther away you get from the mic.
But now here I am. I'm back. I'm in it.
So let's recap. I'm going to live on a bottle island. Tenet was not a great film. Cancel Netflix.
Cancel Netflix. Conspiracy theories. We tried being a fitness podcast.
Yeah. And then I'm going to start
a relationship podcast.
Love Zone.
I want Love Zone updates.
You're going to the Love Zone. And so right now
we've completely run out of things to say. Or maybe we haven't.
Or maybe we haven't. Go to our other episode. We're recording this after we finished the whole podcast. But this is just to finish off this particular part of this podcast because we talk about Star Wars ad nauseum in the last hour.
We don't want you thinking that we just trailed off and fizzled.
No.
Because we did. We trailed off and we fizzled.
Yeah, we did.
And then we picked it up and talked about Star Wars for another hour.
It reinvigorated us. But if you're not into Star Wars, or if you are, you can go check that out. Or if you're not, you don't have to. So anyway, what were we talking about right before we were talking about StarArs? My love life?
Yeah.
Give us a little outro for that.
Well.
Wait, before we go, actually, go you got a plug. I got a sketch comedy channel pages. It's called Embarrassed and Cold. Embarrassed and Cold. It's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. If you are interested, if you like us or me or comedy, go check it out on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. And subscribe and like it and share it.
Yeah, I would say
please
only go on to watch the sketches I'm in and only like the sketches I'm in. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my plug.
That's your
Troy's plug is for you to like everything.
Yeah.
I'm plugging for you to only like the stuff I'm in because that's what I'm about.
You are not in any yet. There are some that are coming out with you in them.
Well, yeah. When are those coming out?
October-ish.
Okay.
October.
So for the month of September, don't worry about Embarrassed and Cold.
No, worry about it. Go and like it and subscribe.
Like keep it on the back burner for sure.
Put it on the front burner.
But in October, check it out because I'll be in it.
Okay. And that's my plug.
So we've plugged that, and I'm going to plug for you, Troy.
Yes.
Getting good at Warzone is a lot like getting good at Love Zone. You got to be on a mission to get good at it because life's a mission.
Bye.